Hello, and welcome back to the Transform Wellness Clinic. I'm Dr. Bradford Perkins, a longevity and metabolic medicine specialist. Today we're going to talk about mental wellness and ExoMind, the newest technology out there to help with our mental wellness. So what is mental wellness? A lot of us think depression, anxiety, or more serious mental health conditions. But truthfully, mental wellness is way more than that. And some people just talk about our wellness in general. It's feeling calm, confident, and capable. It's being able to bounce back after setbacks, having mental clarity and energy, enjoying healthy sleep, motivation, enjoying having good social connections. That's all part of mental wellness. So ExoMind is a great way to address this. ExoMind is the newest cutting edge technology that uses a patented Exo TMS technology. TMS stands for Transcranial Magnetic Stimulation to enhance mental and emotional well-being. So when we're using TMS, we're focusing on the frontal lobe of the brain. That is where we have decision making, short-term memory, attention, self-regulation, self-control. So that is our focus when we're doing treating for with TMS. So TMS, what it does is it improves a term called neuroplasticity. That is just the brain, rewiring and adapting itself to get more connections between our nerve cells. And that's called synapses, at the end of our nerves. So the more synapses, the more neurotransmitters, the more receptors that are out there. And in many conditions like chronic stress, PTSD, trauma to the brain, those nerves start to kind of pull back and the neural budding gets less. So this is a non-invasive way to help augment regrowing those wirings. So TMS, it targets specific areas of the brain. We stimulate a very specific area called the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex on the left side to enhance the brain's ability to reorganize and form new neural connections. TMS also increases BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which supports neuronal growth and resilience, and it also helps improve mood and cognitive function. So TMS has been around for a long time. It was discovered 40 years ago, back in 1985. And then there was multiple studies going on throughout the 1990s. And then in 2008, FDA did clear TMS to be an add-on treatment for major depression disorder when people have had not responding to prior antidepressants. Since then, there has been TMS devices approved for OCD, migraines with aura, smoking cessation, anxious depression, and most recently approved for major depression disorder in adolescents age 15 to 21, which is a big add-on treatment. So specifically for the ExoMind, here in the United States, it was FDA cleared for the treatment of major depression disorder. In Canada, they have additional approvals for binge eating disorder, OCD, and major depression-induced anxiety. In Europe, also very similar indications as in Canada. So, there are currently, this is new technology, just came out in March. There's 4 studies. 90% of people found the treatment's comfortable. There was a 91% of people felt less depressed, less anxious, calmer. 74% showed complete alleviation of binge eating symptoms. These are people with binge eating disorder. 87% reported improvements in self-control over eating. Again, that's in the binge eating disorder study. And then in just the self-control study, there was 78% decrease in urge to overeat and 74% food cravings reduced. Big numbers for something just doing 6 treatments. So traditional TMS, there's a lot of standardized protocols. You have longer durations, fixed treatments where you're doing this daily for 30, 45 days. Whereas the ExoMind is very personalized. That you have some brain mapping we start with. So we're triggering one specific area of the brain. Treatments are about 25 minutes and it's more comfortable than traditional TMS. And so how can you use this? In my mind, it is cleared for major depression. So major depression definitely is a use. But TMS in general has been shown to help anxiety, binge eating, ADHD, migraines, PTSD, addiction, or just general mental wellness. So, there's so many potential uses outside of the FDA clearance for this device that can help a wide variety of people. I also do obesity medicine, and most of my patients struggle with food cravings and food noise, and this is a great tool to help really calm those background noise down. So here at Transform Wellness, I've created 3 different tiers of treatment protocols. The silver tier, that's going to be your 6 sessions of ExoMind. You come in for a free consult. We go over what your issues are, what your medicines are, make sure it's the right treatment. And it's just 6 treatments, and you go back to your primary care doctor, your psychiatrist, or just regular life. There's a gold tier. Now this tier is being a full medical consult. We're going to do some testing of hormones and blood sugar and all those things. ExoMind plus supplements that are going to help augment the treatment of ExoMind that are going to be targeted to what we're seeing. And the platinum level, that is going to be also a full medical consult, but we're going to include advanced functional lab testing. Is that neurotransmitter testing? Is that gut microbiome testing? Is that salivary cortisol testing or advanced hormone testing like a Dutch urine test? And then again, the treatment's going to be ExoMind supplements and more advanced treatments that we would discuss in person. If you're interested in working with me, please go to my main website. It's going to be below. Ask for a consult. If you just want to continue to have extra, medical tips, please subscribe to my channel. Drop any questions down there. But if you want to work with me, please go to my site. We're going to get you in, and we'll work up a good protocol for you. Thank you for your time today, and I hope everyone has a great day.